The Buddha did speak deeply about the relationship between moral decline, natural imbalance, and the suffering of beings through natural disasters and environmental collapse. Let's explore this in full detail, with the depth of canonical context and Dhamma interpretation. 1. The law of dependent origination and collective karma. The Buddha explained that nothing arises without a cause. Every natural disaster, every accident, every destruction of life, whether through flood, fire, earthquake, or poison, occurs because of many causes, pakaya. When this exists, that comes to be. When this ceases, that ceases. SN 1261, Paticca Samuppada. He taught that karma is not only individual but also collective. When many beings share similar states of greed, hatred, and delusion, their collective mental energy conditions the shared world they inhabit. This karmic field, samuddhisaka, determines where and how beings are born. In peaceful or hostile environments, fertile or barren lands, safe or disaster-prone areas. So when large-scale suffering occurs, tsunamis, toxic leaks, plagues, fires, the Buddha saw these not as punishments, but as the collective ripening of shared unwholesome karma combined with natural causes. All beings are owners of their actions, heirs to their actions, born of their actions, related through their actions, and live supported by their actions. And 557 Kama Sutta. 2. The imbalance of the four great elements, dhatu. In Buddhist cosmology, the physical world is composed of four great elements: Pathave dhatu, earth solidity; Apo dhatu, water fluidity; Tejo dhatu, fire heat; Vayu dhatu, air motion. When human greed and ignorance grow unchecked, overmining, over-consuming, polluting, the balance among these elements collapses. When fire dominates, heat waves, drought, wildfires, volcanic eruptions. When water dominates, floods, tsunamis, rising seas. When air disturbs, storms, cyclones, industrial gas poisoning. When earth collapses, landslides, earthquakes, sinkholes. In the Agana Sutta, DN 27, the Buddha described how moral decline leads to environmental degradation. As beings grow greedy, the sweet earth loses its nourishment. The sun grows hotter, rains come irregularly, and harmony between humans and nature is broken. Thus the Buddha linked moral corruption, environmental disorder, suffering. While the Buddha's time had no factories, he clearly warned against livelihoods that cause suffering to many beings. These are called miccha ajva, wrong livelihood. He prohibited trades that harm life, such as selling weapons or poisons, trading in living beings, and dealing in substances that cloud the mind, like alcohol. In the Vanija Sutta, AN 5177, the Buddha said those who profit from others' harm create heavy karma that ripens as collective misfortune. In modern terms, industries that release toxic waste, chemicals, or radiation knowingly or carelessly generate such unwholesome karma. The harm may spread far, poisoning rivers, soil, air, fish, birds, and humans. According to the Dhamma, intentions matter most. If done knowingly, the karmic weight is grave. If done through ignorance or negligence, it still bears unwholesome fruit. One who, by causing suffering, seeks his own happiness, he will never find happiness. Dhammapada 131. So when a chemical leak or explosion kills all life nearby, it is not divine punishment but the result of heedlessness, pamada, a natural moral law expressing itself through physical events. 4. Disasters as moral reflection, not divine punishment. The Buddha rejected the idea of a god or spirit punishing humanity through disasters. Instead, he taught that the Dhamma itself, the natural law, restores balance. When human craving, tanha, surpasses limits, imbalance arises and suffering follows until wisdom reemerges. He said in the Itivuttaka IV 37, when greed, hatred, and delusion arise, beings take up weapons, violence increases, and the rains no longer fall in season. The world grows disordered. Thus nature responds not in vengeance, but in balance, restoring equilibrium through destruction and renewal. 5. The cycle of decay and renewal. In the Anguttara Nikaya, UN 766, the Buddha described the cosmic cycle. The world is destroyed 7 times by fire, 1 time by water, and 1 time by wind. Each destruction follows long ages of moral decline, when beings lose virtue, compassion, and mindfulness. After destruction, the world reforms. New beings are reborn according to their karma. So even great loss, volcanic eruptions, cities drowned or burned, fits within the natural rhythm of impermanence, anicca. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one grows disenchanted with suffering. Dhammapada 77. 6. The path toward prevention and harmony. The Buddha never taught despair, even in times of catastrophe. He offered clear remedies through the Noble Eightfold Path. 1. Right view. Understand cause and effect clearly. 2. Right intention. Act with compassion, not greed. 3. Right speech, action, livelihood. Avoid harm to life or environment. 4. Right effort and mindfulness, concentration. Remain aware of consequences. By living ethically, sila, developing wisdom, panya, and cultivating compassion, karuna, humans can prevent or soften such disasters because the mental pollution that drives greed and carelessness diminishes. 7. Essence of the Buddha's teaching. When beings act without wisdom, the earth trembles. When greed burns, forests burn. When hatred poisons hearts, rivers run bitter. But when compassion arises, balance returns, and the world breathes again.